I'm Leroy Harris, and this is my Speech 1 presentation. This is my audience member. This is my speech outline. And this is my visual graphic. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leroy Harris, and today I will be speaking to you about myself and my life. Specifically, I will be talking about my influential family members, my hobbies and interests, as well as my career goal. First, I'd like to talk about my influential family members. My father, he always taught me how to be compassionate. He always took an opportunity to teach me how to be compassionate to everyone that we would meet. And he always taught me that no matter how someone's acting, you never know what's going on in their life. So he always taught me to just be compassionate and understanding with everyone I would meet. And that's really shaped me to be the type of person that I am today, which is a person that's compassionate and caring. My mother also greatly influenced me. She taught me that no matter what, if you keep working hard and if you really want something and work hard at it, then you can get it. She was getting her master's degree while she was taking care of me and two of my sisters, working 12-hour shifts at a hospital. So I would wake up at 2 in the morning and want a glass of water from the kitchen. I would walk in there and she would be up studying, working on schoolwork after she just got off of a 12-hour shift. And I've always admired about her, that she worked really hard to get to where she is in her life, and that she always made sure that my sisters and I were very well taken care of. My grandfather has also been a very influential person in my life. Growing up, I would always go to his house and we would either go fishing or hunting. And during these times, we would get to bond, and he would teach me things about his life, about life in general. He would tell me stories, tell me the mistakes that he's made and also the successes. So hopefully I don't make the same mistakes and I might be able to have some of those successes in my life. Now that I've talked about my influential family members, I'd like to talk about my hobbies and interests now. One of my favorite hobbies is playing video games. I play my video games on a PlayStation 4. One of my favorites is Injustice 2. It's a fighting game where all of the characters come from DC Comics, the DC Comics universe. And I've been playing that for a while, and right now that's my favorite game. Over time, I'll probably pick up another game, and that one will become my favorite at that time. But overall, I don't really have a favorite game of all time. Another one of my hobbies is backpacking. I did this with my dad, and it was always so much fun just being able to plan a trip with him. That was almost just as much fun as the trip itself. Being able to lay out all of our stuff, make sure we have everything, plan I can take this, or I can take this to use it for this, and planning the trips, the route that we would take, deciding where we might want to camp, or what kind of attractions we might want to see, when we're hiking through. I say attractions, I mean views, more likely, or I remember on one point at the Appalachian Trail, there was a store. It's the only store on the Appalachian Trail itself, and there's this big tree that people would throw shoes on, and it's kind of like a special spot in the trail, and that was really fun being able to go there. One of my other hobbies is listening to music. I like to listen to all kinds of music. I really enjoy country and rap mostly. I know those are kind of like two extremes of music, but for some reason I really enjoy those two types more than others. One of my favorite artists is John Bellion. He actually doesn't perform either of those types of music, but he's my favorite. The music that he creates, I just really enjoy more than any other music. Now that I've talked about my hobbies and interests, I'm going to talk about my career goal. I want to become a physical therapist. A physical therapist is someone who works with people who have experienced a trauma in their life to their body, or their aging, or anything that could prevent their body from moving at the best of its ability. They will come up with a plan. They will figure out what's wrong with their body and come up with a plan to rehabilitate them and get them to maximum motion in whatever area of the body that was affected. The um, sorry. Sorry, I lost where I was at. Their duties and responsibilities include working with the patients, making sure that their progress is going to be able to allow them to be where they want to be at the end of their treatment. And they do this through stretching or strength exercises or body movements that would be able to help them, whatever part of their body is messed up, they'll be able to fix. The educational requirements for a physical therapist is an advanced degree. You have to have a bachelor's in physical therapy and then either a master's or, more commonly today, a doctorate degree in physical therapy. Now that I've talked about my career goal, I'm going to conclude my presentation. During my presentation, I talked to you about my influential family members, like my dad, my hobbies and interests, like video games, and my career goal, which is to be a physical therapist. This concludes my presentation. I would like to thank my audience for their time and attention, and I would like to take this time to open the floor to any questions that you may have.